Whenever you're ready, just plug in this. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming out this morning for 1 Million Cups. Thank you. Yes. My name is Miranda Kelly. I am a commercial banker for 25 years in the Tampa Bay community, and I'm here to support as one of the organizers from that perspective, as well as being a business consultant. For those of you who are here for the first time, can I see a raise of hands, please? Excellent. I love this. I would say we've got about 10% new people here this morning. We appreciate you and welcome you. The 1 Million Cups is put on by the Kauffman Foundation. They're out of Kansas City. 1 Million Cups, their thought process was they wanted to support entrepreneurs, which those of you who've been here before, you know that I say that this is a solopreneur journey. You really are doing a lot of this heavy lifting by yourself from the beginning. And it can be very lonely. And as I say, we are not as kind with ourselves in our own head as we are with other people. So this is a great space to come in and listen to people who are experiencing the same frustrations, hurdles that you are. And every week you're going to learn something that can help you in your business. So we appreciate you being here. How did you hear about us?
One of my friends suggested that I come.
Awesome. I love that. How about in the back? Somebody in the back, how'd you hear about us? Oh, for the presenter told you to come. Excellent. We love that. We've had presenters who will bring like this amount of people with them, and we've been standing room only. So we love people supporting our presenters. Before I forget, I'm going to talk about the 2 QR codes on the tables for those people. Oh, I already forgot the most important thing. If you are new and it's your first time, if you parked in this parking lot, please take the time to relocate across the street, because these, even though they say visitor, are for this building here, and there is a chance you could be towed, and we don't want to see that happen. I don't see anybody moving, so I'm excited that that's not going to happen. QR codes. The stand-up QR code on the table by Vanna over here in the corner. That is for the ECC, one of our sponsors. They allow us to have this building every week, almost every week. There's sometimes that we are on the road. What that does is it lets you know of all the other events that are here at the ECC. 1 Million Cups is just one nonprofit that's here supporting entrepreneurs. And if you have time, I say it from this perspective, with 25 years in business, working with business owners, many people got into business because they're good at what they do, not because they went to college to learn about entrepreneurship, management, marketing, anything. Those classes, that's how you get access to those. What I like to do on a Monday or Tuesday when I get that email is I look what classes are coming up, see where there's a hole in my calendar, and if I can attend, I attend. So that's what I would ask you to consider. That's it. You're not going to be spammed. It's just an event email. The one flat on the table is from the Kauffman Foundation. That is our attendance checklist. This is open to the public. Everybody's free to come in, but this lets the Kauffman Foundation know that we are doing our marketing. Tori back there is our social media. She's posting and getting people to come in here through that. Please go ahead and just QR code that. You're not going to get anything from that. They never email you. After you check in for the 3rd time, you then enter a lottery and you're able to get some 1 Million Cup swag. So good luck, everybody. Okay, there's an example of our coffee cups that you can get. Thank you. So social media, if you are inclined to take pictures and video of this event and post it, facebook.com/1 Million Cups Tampa, Instagram @1MCTPA, and LinkedIn 1 Million Cups Tampa. We love to see that. And you will find that a lot of organizers who are here and other guests will jump in. If you tag us, then they'll see it and we'll get some dialogue going, which can up your numbers. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce Christina Dills with Smart Edge Technologies. Please come on up. There is to move your presentation along, and if you need the microphone, that's already on.
Okay, thanks. Hello, everyone. How are you this morning? Thank you for coming. I'm Christina Dills with Smart Edge Technologies, and I'm here today as a repeat Million Cups presenter. You guys did a great job helping me in the last one, so here I'm back. And I'm here with the amazing USF students, Alora and Anenka. who are the future of Tampa Bay's AI talent. So we are here to present AI for Good, where this is an initiative where the students get real AI practical experience, where they are helping provide these solutions to small and medium businesses. Corporate sponsors help support the projects, and in turn, they get that positive visibility. And we tell the whole story online and inspire others to do the same. So we are here to really create AI as a positive local community impact, where the talent stays local, where we help build the future here with talented individuals like Lauren and Enka, who have been, we started this journey, well, sorry, I'm gonna see some minutes, let me get going. So what is it all about? Okay, so really, how do we help our students? There's a big gap right now, and AI is going to be taking those entry-level jobs sooner than later. So we really need to prepare our students to be ready for the job market. So how do we do that? Giving them actual practical skills, bringing them along. So I've been actually in my tech company launching AI solutions, and so now I'm helping students learn how to do that. And through this initiative, what we've made is something that really helps strengthen not only the students' background, but the local organizations, where they can come to people who they trust, who are local, where that also economic impact goes circular, right? And then what else does it do? We're providing the knowledge base as well. So we're going to be telling the story online, showing those small businesses how we actually implemented these solutions, what roles the students made and the impact that it did for the business and the local community. So how does it work? That looks really weird. Sorry, I don't know what happened to my titles. So you're about there, but we'll send you a presentation with the right titles. Okay, so how does it work? We have structured internships. So if you go to aiforgood.us, you'll see some internships open there, where they are specialized roles like analysts, also developers, training specialists, because truly the solutions in AI, the tech is the easy part. The hard part is really getting the organizations ready and enabling them to adopt AI and really mapping out those processes and those workflows where I see students could really come in and help do. This is all with oversight from my company, my team, as well as the professor at USF. They've been very supportive in this initiative. They actually kind of inspired it with some of the problems they already mentioned to me. And then at the same time, sorry, the titles are throwing me off a little bit. These are something that we have mentors, so industry mentors, we have a finance one, we have a engineering, we have different industry mentors that are part of the project. And then on every project, we are tracking those metrics. How many hours saved, what was that ROI, really to show businesses that there is, an investment that you can do, and it's not as hard as it seems. And the ROI is really nice, and that goes back into that local community. So what are we doing right now? So these are some of the solutions that we're building in Tampa Bay. Voice agents, social media automation, document processing, back office is a really nice one. So all that accounting, payment reconciliations, invoicing, all of those can also be automated and with AI. Then we also have different automations for analytics, dashboards, things like that. So those are the simple ones. So we're aiming for small and medium businesses that need simpler solutions. Now, when we start to go into enterprise, that's available, but it's not something that we're, promoting now, because enterprise is a whole nother ballgame too, and a longer deployment. So what is that impact? So really, what are we looking to do with this project is really, how can we keep that local talent, especially in universities, to stay here and not go to other cities? And then how can we also scale that impact with more organizations locally? So how can we get these small businesses, they want to do, but they don't know how. So we really want to show them online, like, this is simpler than it means. This is how you do it. This is the impact, so that they can get that education. Because that knowledge compounds, not only with our students, but with our businesses. So we can really create a thriving local community, utilizing AI to bring on that next level of abundance. So how does the model work? So you can go on our website now and see different forms that you can fill out depending on what you'd like to participate in. So if you're a student, there's positions there for internships. If you're a small business and you would like to apply for a free AI solution, there is a application there. Or if you're a corporate sponsor and would like to sponsor one of the solutions, there's also a form there. And then keep in mind, everything that we're doing, we're publishing online, we're creating a community. So it's, the whole impact of promoting your business, being part of that solution and that community impact with USF and the students. So in summary, why does this really matter? So we know that the AI job growth is going through the roof. So taking advantage of that, helping students really understand what they need to learn to compete in that and actually have practical experience that they can use, and also keeping that talent local. How do we keep, those jobs here local? So if these students get on projects with small businesses, they may have a path to actually being an employee for that business, for example. And then this is building our workforce locally, strengthens our community, and it really differentiates Tampa Bay. I think we have a lot of growth going on here, especially in the tech space, and I think this just adds to it. So where are we now? So we are looking for we're building partnerships, foundations, we're working with USF. We're finding small businesses that have a big problem that AI can solve. And later down the road, we're going to be doing a type of Kickstarter. And so I don't want to go to the next slide, but I think my 6 minutes are up. So thank you all for listening and being part of our journey, and I'm excited to hear what you think about it.
Thank you, Christina. The first question that our community asks is, what can the community do for you?
Thank you, I knew that. So I put aside to tell you about it. So, so what can you do? Well, it doesn't say there exactly, but you can, there they are. That was funny. They all, there's all the titles, they're back. Don't you love technology? These are the fun things that you can expect. Okay, so what can you do? Connect with us. We're sharing our channels. So we'd love for you guys to just be part of our journey. If you want to apply for a free AI project, please apply. We'd love to hear from you. If you would like to sponsor a project, that's also available. We can talk more about that. And also just spread the word, in your local communities. If there are small businesses that are struggling, that have a major problem, they need some help. I mean, even just a conversation can help them. So we're here to really empower our local small businesses. So thank you. If anybody wants to be part of that.
Please raise your hand so that the speaker can acknowledge and let you ask your question.
Okay, questions? Yes.
What specific solution have you seen have the greatest effect for small and medium-sized business?
What I see in the back office has been people I think have put a lot of emphasis on the marketing side of it, but where I see the time savings and the ROIs in the back office, bookkeeping, invoicing, reconciling payments, where there's a lot of heavy manual work that's time consuming, are really where I see the low hanging fruit for small businesses to start on.
Along those lines, can you talk to us about the data security of somebody's giving you full access to their books and just reinforcing that it stays in their servers?
Yeah, that's a good question. I love that question because I would answer it. So there are different options for that, right? So we do work with, and when I say we, right now AI for Good is kind of, you could say we're launching small business projects, but on the smart edge technology side, we've tackled that in a way where we offer different, you could say, hybrid solutions. So if data privacy is a concern, there's on-premise options, and also you can get your own private server where you can you could say ring fence your RAG data, your personal company data. So that's all manageable, but there's different options to do it depending on what you need. Yes.
You're talking about volunteering for AI projects. Can you give me an example of what you're talking about?
So what I say is if you're a small business and you're like, hey, I would love to take on an AI project, ask yourself, what is the biggest problem I have? What takes a lot of time? It's a lot of manual work. And then that's where you would focus on and say, how could AI solve this? and then you ask me that question and I can tell you.
Okay, I have one more thought later.
Okay, great. Yes,
Hey, great.
Hi. Thank you.
How is USF incorporating this into their curriculum? Is it in a particular school? Is it offered as credit or internship? How is this being incorporated into what they're doing? And it is available to students from all the different colleges or one specific, like MUMA business?
That's a great question, and that's still evolving, but yes, we are working with Alan from the College of Entrepreneurship. He's committed to putting us down the road for college credit. Right now, they're gonna get paid stipends. But at the same time, we are on that route for college credit. We opened it with USF because they inspired the idea. The students have been showing up every weekend to meet with me, so we're focusing, but I don't see it only for USF. I see this as a model that we're building that we could apply to any university. But we are planning on events. I've talked to, a lot of things have been, you could say, spoken about, but we haven't put into action. But that is the plan, is to create a stronger relationship with USF specifically, have a program for them, create a model with the university, and then if another university, like where I graduated FAU, they're interested, and then do something there. So I think it's all about putting the liaisons and the, I guess you could say, circular partnerships together and a local based, right? So if UT wanted to join, I think that would be fine too, right? Yes.
Follow-up question for your students. So you talked about how a student could then maybe be hired by a company. What are your aspirations? Do you want to be hired by a company? Do you want to be a consultant? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay. Hey, I'll do a quick introduction first. My name is Alora. I'm a senior at USF studying entrepreneurship and AI and business analytics, so I'm a dual degree. I'm originally from Colorado. I came here just for school. So staying in Tampa is something that I'm looking towards, but in terms of the job market, it's concerning, obviously. I mean, we're watching a lot of entry-level jobs get dwindled away. That's why one of the things that I was most passionate about when we started that was this. So in terms of my personal aspirations, in the long term, I do want to own my own business. But in the short term, I realized that that might not be an option immediately. So looking towards getting with a company, getting those connections, getting that experience is something that is important to me. And that's why I'm taking on different internships, different projects to build those connections.
I'm happy to talk with you about getting up here and doing your own presentation to be a consultant in this area.
Beautiful.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nagda. I am 22 years old. I also go to USF. I'm an economics major. It's my senior year, so we're almost done. I'm looking forward to graduating very soon. Thank you for the opportunity for us to be up here to speak amongst you all. Same thing with what Alora said. I think I'm in the process right now where I'm just like a sponge. I'm trying to learn as much as I can and try to adopt what I learn, especially being with Smart Edge and AI for Good. I've learned it's something that I want to do in the future. Kind of the same thing. Job market is a little bit intense right now. We don't know what's to come, but I think right now in this process, as I'm learning everything with AI, I kind of know exactly what I want to do, whether it's own my own business in the future, but again, also kind of tap into this market and where did I go? So yeah.
Thank you.
Aren't they great? This is our future. I'm so excited. Great. Any other questions, comments?
So you talked a little bit about your customer being more mission-driven organizations, but that can be a little bit of a fuzzy definition. Do you guys have any boundaries on that you set for us as we think about who might be a good fit for you?
Yeah, that's a great question. I know, and it's like we tend to want to be more broad to let everybody in. But yeah, we do. Our main concern is just having a positive impact of the local community. So by solving that problem, there is a positive impact, whether it's, a better experience for people or it doesn't have to be a nonprofit, for example. We may get more, I guess you could say, specific if we get too many applicants, but right now we're, being, I guess you say, flexible. And it really depends on the solution at the end of the day, if it's something complicated or something simple too.
I was gonna say, what's the time horizon for one of these solutions typically that you're seeing?
It depends. So trust me, it depends. It's been a week to months. So it depends on the problem that we're solving. It depends on the company, what kind of systems they already have in place, what kind of processes they have in place. a lot of times you have to come in and fix things before you can layer on AI. I've learned that the hard way. Because if you try to put AI on top of something broken, all it does is make it more broken. So there are some limitations. I've seen something, if it's an independent AI system, for example, a AI voice agent, to answer simple calls, that could be a week, right? Now, if it's, automating your entire bookkeeping process, depending on the size of the business, and, they're international, it's a whole nother pain. So it just depends. But I will say, I've been building technology. I've been in the tech space for a really long time, and in this business since 2018, and it's cut the time dramatically, and the cost. But what does take more time than actually building the tech is working with the businesses to get them ready to use it, to get them, enabled to implement it. That actually takes a lot more time and a lot, in my opinion, more human time consumption than the actual tech piece. Because once you get, to that place where you're ready to implement the tech, you already know so much, right? So then that piece, the AI actually builds itself. You just feed it all that information. It's really that, the tech part is the easy part now, where it used to be, 4 months minimum implementation for some of these systems, now it's 4 weeks. Yes. Any other questions? Curious?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Like a pen at the bank. Yeah. All right, well, she's getting the next presenter's presentation up. I just want to go over a few things. I acknowledged our sponsor, Hillsborough County Entrepreneur Collaborative Center. Not only did they give us the space, but Cassidy and David are our two main contacts as organizers. They support us and do a lot of the heavy lifting. So we completely appreciate them. We couldn't do it without them. Thank you very much. The other sponsor, which many of you have also had a chance to partake, is our coffee sponsor, Blind Tiger. They bring us coffee every week to keep us caffeinated, keep the energy up in the room. Can I get a whoop whoop? All right, I love it. Lastly, the other organizers. So Tampa chapter organizers are myself, Miranda Kelly, Josh Ray, David Garza Manahan, Julia Coffey, Cassidy Roberts, Walter Matthews, Shane Smith. I love this. So one of our previous presenters, Coleman from Arete, he presented about 3 weeks ago. He's over in St. Pete presenting his. And so Shane went over there to support him. So I love that the communities do that together. I saw Pam McCoy in the back. Thank you very much. And Kate Heath in the back. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Kate, I did not see any roosters today.
I'm very distressed.
Okay. We still have a chance. We still have a chance. All right. So other local chapters, we're not doing questions right now. 1 Million Cups in St. Pete, Orlando, Ocala, Lakeland is our newest in the area. Once you're a presenter at one of the locations, you're eligible to participate at other locations. So that's a great way for you to expand your network. Without further ado, Evan Thacker with Heirloom Harvest.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
As she said, I'm Evan Thacker with Heirloom and Harvest. And we had a very difficult time about 1.5 years, 2 years ago with my grandfather passing. My grandmother had accumulated 60 years worth of stuff. And my mom's in the back and she's got that big box there. Maybe some of you have had big boxes of stuff and collectibles, antiques, not really sure what to do with it. Not sure what the appraisal value is, not sure where to go, what to do. And so that's when I built Heirloom and Harvest, and we started this company. And we are a social commerce AI blockchain platform. And we call our platform our digital clubhouse. So welcome. This is just a PowerPoint slide, but we'll get to the digital clubhouse. And what we realized in tackling this problem was it's a big problem for a lot of people. There's a $500 billion fraud, collectible market, and a lot of it's by up to 40% is fraud. 20 to 40% in the art market, 20% or more by the FBI standards in the sports collectibles market. And over the next 10 to 20 years, it's going to be a $84 trillion inheritance market, and trying to figure out what you inherited, what you didn't inherit. And we figured out that's a huge problem. And so we started Heirloom and Harvest around that problem. So what's our solution? I had previously kind of mentioned it, but let's get into it. So we created a social commerce app. You can think of it like eBay meets Facebook. And we call that our digital clubhouse for antiques, luxury goods, and artwork, collectibles, etc. Now we start off, and I'll show you here in a second. We created our agentic AI, who actually has a name, her name and a personality. Her name is Helena Cross, and she goes through and runs a team of our AI agents to do appraisals, and then we'll give you back an appraisal. And then we're able to then print that as a cryptographic proof to the blockchain. Actually very similar. So maybe some of you have seen these. Like you go to Disney, get a pass, go on a cruise ship, get a pass. Why can't having your proof of authenticity be as easy as your Disney card, your Disney pass? So this is a microcomputer, and we link that over. You want to pass around the folder? And we basically have our digital proofs of authenticity printed to the blockchain on our little microcomputers, and you can just share that as opposed to printable things as well. So that's how am I doing on time?
3 minutes.
Okay, so essentially, how can 1 million cups help? If you know of someone who's having these problems in antiques, vintage goods, secondhand collectibles, etc., join the clubhouse. Right now, we are working with local artists, and we're onboarding what we call our Florida 50. They're influential artists on Instagram right now, and working with them on collaborations as well as onboarding them as vendors to do this proof of authentication with their works. And also, we spoke to the small business development of Pinellas and St. Pete, and we've been told to try to get an IP lawyer. So we're looking at that, as well as we are looking for a CPA that's familiar with blockchain and its different things. And then also we're looking at different ways we can insure assets as you ship them, and the overall coverage. Real quick, if it's still kind of a little confusing, there is a whole web page about our agentic AI. We call it helenacross.com. And you can see here's e-commerce off to the right, social media in the middle, and blockchain, and we're at the intersection, and AI at the intersection of all of them. All right. To give you a quick idea, we do marketplace fees. Right now, we're looking at only 12%. That's very small compared to maybe in a state which would take 50%, or other places that take 20% out there. Also, we do proof of authenticity fees, and we're currently tiering up. I think we've got 10 to 100 people signed up for our VIP program, 10 tiered memberships, and also doing partners, as well as potentially some advertising in the future. Here's how we briefly compare to Facebook Marketplace, eBay, First Dibs, or Sotheby's. And I'm assuming I'm pretty close, so very quickly, there is our contact information. And I will just do that.
Thank you, Evan. I think you already went into this, but the first question we ask is what the community can do for you. So if you could, so 10,000-foot view, somebody who knows nothing about this, tell us how we can help you.
Right now, if you have something that you're not sure, a piece of jewelry, a piece of artwork, something hanging around your home, you're not really sure, or maybe a grandmother, mother, then we'd love to do an AI appraisal. And then also we have, I didn't mention in there, we have been working with the National Society of Appraisers, and we have human appraisers as well to appraise that for you. At least you know what the value is. And if you're interested in posting it out there, but not interested in maybe selling it, we have it as a social network. You could just post it out there, see if there's any interest.
Thank you. As a reminder, everybody, if you have a question, please raise your hand so you can be called on.
So you said you got human appraisers. Is there a specific instance where maybe something's really potentially very expensive where it goes to a human appraiser, and things that are less expensive, maybe the AI takes care of it? That's part one. And then part two is what data set is your agentic AI built off of that it can identify and appraise different things?
So those are great questions. First, yes, we right now with my grandmother's stuff, we found if it's over $100, we're just going, and what we've actually set up is something, if you're going to use the tech term, blockchain consortium of appraisers, and putting that on stuff actually that Sotheby's uses as well, and the Smithsonian as well, kind of those kind of appraisers. As far as the agentic AI, so we are using a base framework of like an LLM system. And then we have, are you familiar with deep research agents?
No.
Okay, so you can stack AIs in teams, right? Everybody thinks AI is one thing. So we've actually built out a system of different AIs for different tasks, and they're all managed by the one AI there. But actually, if you go on that site, it'll kind of detail everything and walk you through it. But we have our AIs specialized into different fields, and then those are trained with specific knowledge.
Okay, so it passes it off to the different.
Passes it off, yes, sir. Because if you get really into the AI field, you'll know that your context window will just explode if you try to do it all through one AI system. I think it's up.
Morning, Evan. My name is Leo Alvarez. I have a question for you. The organization I'm with, we represent, part of what we do is we represent some seniors as well. And would you be contacted or would be an interest in your organization to be able to interact with the seniors that we have of wealth that might have an opportunity to work with you on their items?
Absolutely. We'd love to work with you and see what we can help with.
Got your contact information on the
Okay, thank you.
Is someone required to go crypto to use your platform and
No, 100% not.
I think that you really need to distance yourself from that at the onset and very clearly delineate that there are two ways, because I shut down once you said crypto because I know nothing about it. And now you're asking me to absorb two technologies, one of an AI appraisal and the crypto. So I would just caution you to put that on the front, especially with seniors.
Absolutely, I understand. So essentially what that does is, if you're familiar with the cyber attack that happened against AWS last year, we don't have that problem because our servers on a private blockchain network are always up. So if there's a cyber attack across the web, we just don't have it. And that's really what we've skipped out on. You can think about it as advanced cybersecurity. Now we have the potential to do crypto, but essentially you can think about it as advanced cybersecurity. Okay.
I wanna go back on what Ms. Miranda stated in terms of the language you're using when you're talking about seniors. I'm close to being a senior. So all of this crypto, blockchain, I'm like Jerry Maguire, show me the money. Where is the money in this piece? And because I'm going to give you access to my heirlooms, my products, my services. I want $20 all the way up to $2 million back. Talk to me about the money. don't blockchain me, don't do any of that language, because when you're talking to this gentleman's seniors, and even myself, and many in his 40s is probably sitting there saying, what the football, they just ain't gonna say this. I wanna hear the money.
I understand. So I actually have a financial slide if you want to, a little bit more about the way this stuff makes money. On average, your average order revenue is probably about $450. Our cost per acquisition is actually pretty low with this kind of network because it's 12 as opposed to your traditional 150. So a low cost per acquisition with a high order value and a high high lifetime. We typically see that pretty well. And so yeah, that's kind of that. It's not the blockchain goofiness, whatever. And I will say I've done entire lectures, but there's different types of blockchains. Just like there's if you're familiar with clouds, there's private cloud, there's different networks. And we're using a private blockchain network, not this crypto stuff. Oh, I think I saw you.
Can you go back to the original most urgent problem you're trying to solve? Because I hear like 3 or 4. I hear my grandparents died and I have a house full of stuff and I don't know what to do with it. I hear they have stuff that I don't know how to value it, whether it's mine or theirs or someone else's. I have stuff and I don't know where to sell it. If I want to sell it, get rid of it. I just hear a lot of stuff. So if you had to get us back to like, what's the one real problem that Heirloom and Harvest is solving first and foremost, how would you articulate that?
So I can take you through the workflow we've been using for my grandmother. We had no idea what we were doing with appraisals, etc. So what we did was we took it into Helena Cross. She gave us an approximate appraiser. If it appraised over $100, we sent it over to our consortium of people and human appraisers, tried them out, got an evaluation, and then we put that certificate of authenticity, if it had one, in a way that was a digital format and a printed format. And then we have our marketplace that we've just posted the items and sold it. So really end to end. And really, honestly, it just started because they asked me to build an e-commerce site and I went a little over the top. So
It's a beautiful presentation. It's truly an awesome project. So congratulations. Speaking to the blockchain, I think that you could potentially just create a word to kind of keyword away from blockchain as it might scare some folks, or just anti-fraud. But could you speak a little bit more on if that was actually created in-house? And that's really also amazing that you have that proof of authenticity there.
yeah, are you asking how the blockchain was wrote, how it was created, etc.?
Yeah.
So we're using a vendor currently programming our own based on Hyperledger Besu that uses the Ethereum programming language. And that allows us to do both hybrid blockchains. So we can do it both private right now as we are, but if we wanted to do some fancy financial project in the future, we could also do that on a public network.
Beauty of Ethereum.
Well, yeah, so you can, and we're housing that, running that through both AWS and Microsoft servers.
And then does every item too have that proof of authenticity on the blockchain?
Yes, that's what we've been, putting out there. But people are, like you said, not really sure, so.
Like trust us, it's secure.
Yeah. Yeah. So, out there. I think I saw a hand back there.
Yeah, I'm one of those old guys. My question is, what the hell is a blockchain?
Okay. So, the internet's a bunch of computers that are linked up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a network. And she's at that, she's great. And you have in older times, as it were, you had a network that was private. You still probably do at your company. You have a bunch of computers that use the same Wi-Fi, right?
Right.
So a blockchain is a way to secure that because security was not really built into it. Does that make sense? Because
I'm gonna just move us along. That's a question for after. This is not really a question that helps him in his presentation.
Okay.
So going back to that, at the beginning, so when you're presenting with a group like this where you don't know their capabilities, their knowledge of it, this is a very confusing and busy presentation. You going in and out of buttons with verbiage that is small enough where we can't read it from the back of the room. She asked you to, what is the one problem you're solving? That's what you really need to do. You need to give us maybe 10 slides, just go to it. Show the pain point, show that your mother was trying to handle this, that speaks to people. The emotional pull of it's what's gonna get them in. Not mentioning the technology until you know what their level of understanding is. That once you've got them, once you've hooked them with emotion, if you're speaking with his seniors, you know, you have some of them that may be hoarders, you have some of them that just have not gotten rid of anything. Will your children understand the value of all of this? That's why they want to engage you now versus the children engaging you later. You are creating an emotional connection and I use the term Fisher Price it down, make it very basic for people until you've got them on board. Then when they start asking you questions, which you may feel as hurdles, once they start asking questions, you've got them. Then you have to get with them face to face. You need to see that dial, the facial, the body language. If you're speaking above them, say, let me take a step back, just to make sure you understand that. I can see your passion for building the system that you're very excited about, and it sounds like it's a great system, but that's not what's gonna get people. It is the emotion of what they're going through that's gonna get you.
I understand. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I offer something else as well to add on to that? At the end of the day, it's about making money. So if that's what you're trying to get to, then don't take a long time getting it. Put this product on a marketplace. You can do this for somebody else who knows techie, but you can run the products, you can do another marketplace where it's easier and to understand. You want someone to get to yes as fast as you possibly can. This is taking too long for me to get to yes. So with getting a yes, if it takes taking that same heirloom and that same product and dropping it on Facebook Marketplace with the price that you believe is valuable, drop it on Facebook Marketplace. At the end of the day, it's trying to get the customer to buy that product in some capacity. But if I had to go through all of this, I'm backing out of the website. But if I seen this product that your mother has back here in the box on Facebook Marketplace and the authenticity of it, I'm more subjected to saying, oh, let me go ahead and buy that. Because you as a business owner, you're not in the, unless you just like making this, you in the business to make money. So at the end of the day, go make the money.
I understand. Yeah, I know. And I currently have been doing some defense contracting work. So I realize this is maybe 5, 10, 15 years of technology crammed in here. Very, very up. So, I mean, definitely the marketing message. I mean, I'm kind of getting those readings too, but and I think it's probably one of the first in the world. So definitely figuring out the branding, et cetera, because I know even in the defense sector, there's not specifically things that are tackling some of this stuff.
Hi, if I'm a user of this product and I've got, let's say, a watch that was left behind to me, what does the process look like start to finish of using your product?
The process? Yeah. So you just sign up like you did for Facebook. You create a profile. If you want to create a vendor account, create a vendor account. You upload a image of the product. The AI tells you, gives you a description, posts it, does all that stuff for you. Don't have to figure it out. Puts it up for you. You want to sell it, the AI creates the blockchain stuff. You don't have to worry about that. Links it over, and you just get the money in your bank account.
So it's image based.
It's image based. Seeing it, yes.
So would that mean then I could just take a picture of someone else's vintage Rolex and send it through your AI?
You could, but we're actually, there's some other things that you do for security clearances.
It's over 100 and it's going to an individual, correct?
Sorry?
If it's over $100, it's going to an individual appraiser?
So yes, it is going to an individual appraiser.
Okay.
So that takes care of that. And then on top of it, we've put in some safety guards that are much more like a background check.
Okay, sweet.
Where do you make the money? If you're sending him the check for the Rolex, you never told us how you make the money.
It's, so we take about 12% of whatever you're making. Yeah, and then fees on top of that. Yes,
So I like this, great presentation, it's a great start.
thank you.
One of the questions I had was are you tied to the physical card or is there an option to do it via phone?
Yeah. Yeah, so we just
I would lose the card.
Yeah, so thought the card was nice and quick, but yeah, we do the printed certificate, and if you look on the printed certificate, there's a QR code. Just multiple ways to do it.
You know, I don't know, I have been wondering this whole time, what is in the box? It's with your mom.
You want to show what's in the box? We got that painting, don't we? That I think everybody looked at the folder.
You might go to your mom, your grandmother, you know, I'm another generation older, I'm part of the, you know, he had to explain the blockchain, the AI, all of that to me, right? What's in the box? Here's one of them. Okay. You might find some of these. Records, vinyl records, put them in a collection. Put them on your vendor site that you get 88%. We get at Heirloom and Harvest 12%, right? Make your own collections. I also found some old books. Now you would be amazed at how much some of these items will appraise for. I was shocked. For example, I don't have it with me right now, but there's a program that my mom had that I know I was little, we paid $5 for. My father was in the Shriners and Red Skelton came in. It's signed, it's autographed. Those autographed items will get you money. Heirloom and Harvest is saying, sign up with us. I'll send me an email. We'll get you the paperwork, etc., terms, conditions, etc. You get to keep 88% of what you put up and you sell. We get 12%. At the moment, we are not doing additional fees. Do I see us having to do that in the future? Possibly.
Thank you.
Can you show the painting real quick? Yeah. And would you flip it around and show the other side with the tag, the QR tag and NFC tag? So that's actually like a microchip with a QR code that you can tap and see the authenticity, just like they use in the galleries. Yes.
You are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You got a great coach right there.
Thank you.
Take advantage of that and just keep refining your presentation.
And I was gonna say, you had a video of your mother's presentation on the market website.
Yeah, that was very good, that, we both of them.
Yes.
So I just was gonna suggest to start with that,
Okay.
because that pulls us in.
Yeah.
Because that was the first thing that you had said.
Yeah.
So if she's up here and she does that too, I think it's awesome that it's your mom.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for working with your mom. But I also think this is a fantastic service because I've tried to sell all the heirlooms that my family has dumped on me.
Yeah.
And I can't find the right place to do it. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, thank you. We actually tried on Facebook Marketplace, and so people wanted us to give away a $500 item for free. And we're like, what? I didn't see a hand.
So I was actually about to ask about the marketplace thing. Is there something that ties users when they get something, like if they check the authenticity of something and get it valued, is there something that ties them to selling it on the website? Or if someone gets the authenticity, could they then just turn to Facebook Marketplace and avoid the 12% fee?
They could. That's why we're gonna fee the authenticity part. That's what we pretty much decided, because I mean, we want to keep it open, but we'll probably end up feeding the authenticity just to stop that from totally happening, but yeah, it's ideally it would just be easier, but yeah, we understand.
And I'll just close with one piece of advice for you going forward as you present this, is just simplify.
Yeah.
I think stick with the story. I love the story about you and your mom losing a grandparent, right? Start there, open there. Everyone can relate to that. The death of a family member, the house full of stuff. I don't know what to do with it. Don't worry about the blockchain. Don't worry about the deep tech. That's all something you might talk to an investor about, right? If you ever needed an angel or something, they would care about the tech stack. The average person trying to offload their grandparents' stuff and figure out if it's worth anything, they don't, right? So you know that you're operating ethically by trying to help them find the right value, but that kind of background stuff doesn't matter. So I would just like Miranda hinted at, like just up level the story, make it simple, start with the emotional hook, tell a family story that everyone in the room can relate to and jump in on. Because we've all been there. We've all lost someone. We have a piece of jewelry or a piece of art in our hand and we're wondering if it's worth anything. And we want to know how to responsibly, morally, ethically, quickly sell it if it is. And that's the role that you could fill. And I agree with the lady in the front. This is a total need. You're filling a great gap. It's just telling that story in a really clean way, getting really close in on the problem and who has it, how I solve it better than anyone else. That's it. That's all I need to say. Great.
Thank you to both of our presenters. We know how nerve-wracking that can be to come up here and talk about your passion. We appreciate it, and we ask you to please stay after for questions and more networking. I know I've got some questions and some feedback for both presenters that I think will help them. Up on the screens right now, this is an example. They won't look this pretty, but this is an example of what you'll get in the email from the ECC, letting you know of the events that are coming up. So if you don't have anything going on, say Monday at 1 p.m. and you are interested in doing business with Hillsborough County BOCC procurement services, that's something that you need to make sure that you put on your calendar. I'm not going to ask Cassie to read them all because we all can read. I want to thank everybody for showing up. For those people that came for the first time, thank you for being vulnerable and moving into a new space. For those of you who have been here and are repeat offenders, we appreciate you. For the organizers, we do obviously appreciate you. I will let Walter speak about another group that he's a part of and give it a big plug. Nevin.
Every first and third Wednesday, not this week, but the following week, we hold Toastmasters in here. If you're already a great speaker, it's a great place to hone your content. If you're not a great speaker and you're scared to get up in front of people, it's a great place to work on those skills as well. So every first and third Wednesdays, not today, but next Wednesday, right after month 1 million cups right here in this room.
Thank you very much. And please stay in network, have some more coffee so we don't waste any of that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have to press it and hold it? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Anyway.